Hello, fellow watchers and enjoyers. Ash and Piggy here from Watching Walford, bringing you yet another edition of Watching Walford. It's episode number 42. There's 10 episodes left of 2023. Not putting any, special podcasts or... I'm changing everything. Not putting any special podcasts in there or anything. A bit of Christmas extras, something or the other. But... yes, today we're going to discuss week 42 of Eastenders, the biggest storylines, and the main storylines are... well, there's kind of 5 ones, because 2 are kind of very similar. Rocky tries to con his way back into the Beale house, kind of pretty standard stuff. And also Keanu continues to try and, seduce Sharon, which is also another big one. Then we get to Jay continues his downward spiral. Wasn't I naive saying last week, I think this J stuff's done now? It's not done. It's not.
No, it gets even worse next week, don't worry.
And then also Ravi's ex Priya arrives with his daughter Avani, and also Nish gets violent with Suki. So those are all the main topics. There we are. And I suppose just to leave a little tidbit, just to tease people about the podcast before we get into the actual EastEnders. Avani's my favourite character. I love her so much. She's hilarious. She's fantastic. If you don't understand it, you're fucking washed. You're shit. It's so cringe, mate. The line I teased Piggy with it earlier. Avani goes to Martin and says... She's flirting with both Zack and Martin, because, that's what, some young girls do it. They want to try get with a slightly older man, feel more adult. She goes, I've got daddy issues and you're giving Pedro Pascal vibes. Oh. I had to pause for a second, calm down, because I was giggling my ass off. How are you pulling that line off, mate? And she did. She nailed it.
The one that will upset all the people because pronouns are mentioned is the fucking. I was on the toilet, and I had my phone.
Yes.
So I was on the old toilet, sat there, phone on the lap or phone in the jocks, looking down, yeah. My pronouns are win or. Because I'm winning, and I'm like, yeah, girl, stay queen. And I nearly dropped my phone, and I was pissing myself laughing.
She's so good. How's everybody... mate, the EastEnders fans couldn't hit a cow's ass with a banjo. Go on, hit the fucking cow. The cows are right there. Hit that cow. You're never going to get this opportunity to hit this cow again. Ooh, wait. What? And then the cow just turns around and goes it's so... Avani's probably gonna be one of the best teen to adult performers we have on the show. I'm calling that already. She's gonna get the big storylines. She's gonna be a fucking star. Maybe not get to icon status, because there's a lot of graft that needs to get there. You need to be there for a long period of time. But she will probably become one of the most talked about EastEnders characters in the next year or two, without fail. She is great at delivering the dumb lines. She has good comedy, but she also is good at being sincere. She's good at showing emotion, and she's good at showing that she actually gives a shit. She's not just a mouthy teen who's shouting at people. Everybody who is saying that she's the worst character ever. Just fucking grow up, man. This is one of the best character introductions they've done for a character since George Knight. Everything hit perfectly.
Right. I'm not saying it helps that we're Gen Z, because Gen Z is from 1997 to 2010. Even though most older Gen Zs from 97 to the year 2000 wouldn't understand our humor, because they would be mixed more with the millennials from 95, 96, because of course they would, who would hang around with a 10-year-old from 2000. So obviously we understand Gen Z humor, kind of. We understand it.
I am 23 years old.
But you still kind of understand.
And she's supposed to be 14. But yes, no, I do get the point. Yeah. Obviously, you know, I'm also just not a big cringe guy. I hate people using the word cringe. It's stupid. It's like use a better word, you fucking morons. You're the
Don't
one
people
putting the embarrassment into it.
don't people like get the ick to the word cringe?
Yes.
Like they go, oh, cringe, oh, that word, no. It's like there's a worse.
I'm kind of there, but I'm also not there. Like I used to be there, but I'm not there anymore. I would counsel them.
Like there is a worse word you could say. Like I'm not right. Cringe doesn't offend people, but you go up to an American, you cunt. They're gonna be like, oh, how fucking dare you, sir, using that woman's private parts and fade. How dare you? I served my time in the Vietnam War, and you fucking using that word on me.
Exactly.
That's not nice. Like that word's much worse to use. Not over here, of course.
Oh yeah.
Me and Ash do it all the time. Me and Ash just go, you cunt, you bitch, you cow, you cow. I love doing it like that. You cow. Just get very aggressive.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's a little teaser for the podcast. We're both Avani fans. If you're an Avani hater, grow the fuck up. She's gonna be one of the best teen characters they've had in years. Calling it already. Priya's fantastic. They've bedded in immediately really well. But we'll get into that as we get into the actual podcast. But let's just talk about all the wanky stuff. Let's wank ourselves off for the next 20 minutes on camera for free. How's it going, Piggy? How you doing, mate?
It's going great. At the time of recording this, at the time this comes out, I will plug it at the end. But we have I have restarted and actually started a wrestling channel. Previously known as Pigs and Forks is now One More Match, and you may be wondering why you're promoting on Watching Walford. Well, if you two people who watch this who like wrestling, you can just go over there and you can hear us go, oh man, did you see the picture? You're so out of shape in 2006. Ha ha ha! I could wrestle the Great Khali, and it's like okay. So yeah, we've started One More Match. Originally a 3-person team, but it was my idea and Ash's name, so we just went, do we really need a third person? Maybe we need them for the big ones, but yeah, we started One More Match, and well, yeah.
Most I'll tease is I'll flash the logo on the screen.
It's a lovely pride.
NWO themed, but with a pride flag, because you know we're all inclusive here. Let's not fucking. We are. That's how it works.
Can we get the morons? Like, how dare you? How dare you use the god? How dare you use the god's color in vain?
But yeah, it's gonna be a lot more in the same vein as this. It's still a media thing. We're still watching episodes and reviewing it. Our vague plans, we're gonna start off by reviewing WWE ECW. For anybody who knows what that is, the WWE decided to revive this like classic like. I'm not saying it was like the hardcore indie type promotion, but you know, it was that fucking vibe. But you had the hardcore fans who drive like fucking 200 miles to be like, I'm here to see fucking Rob Van Dam, boy. Like fucking, you know, it's like the fucking alternative scene. And they decided to revive it, but obviously WWE loves to do things in their own image. So slowly through time, you start to see less and less of the actual, like, ECW guys. And you just got to see, like, fucking, who's ECW champion? The Big Show? Why? Why? Why would you do that?
Like, my problem is, and I'm just going to say, I want to bring light to WWE ECW. Obviously, it's Ash's idea. He will be hosting it. I'll be hosting the long podcast on One More Match. Now, the thing, like, I'm a very person who's like, the WWE ECW wasn't bad. It's just everyone compared it to ECW.
Yes.
Obviously, the problem with ECW is basically take Family Guy, for example. When they had the networks weren't the networks were pushing them not to be edgy, and then they went edgy. So that was ECW basically. They were like, okay, can you not swear? Can you not? And they were like, fuck you, we won't do what you tell us. And like they had chair shots to the head, then women getting pile drived, and then on WWE ECW, what do you have? The zombie. Come on out. I think you had Sandman shitty WWE theme, but it's not Enter Sandman and you're slowly crying.
Yes.
But like Hopefully we're reviewing both one night stands to kind of give background of why this started. But oh my god, it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
Just
and it's just,
it,
I suppose it's not. Oh, we'll talk about this, and we'll talk about the actual podcast. It's going to happen. But obviously, it's just an idea that I don't know about you, Piggy, but I think we both share a bit of a love for just very shit wrestling.
yeah.
Like just garbage wrestling, because it's not a fucking polarizing take at this point. But everybody at this point is a good wrestler. I just want to have fun with it. I just want to enjoy it. It doesn't need to be fucking perfect bell to bell. I don't fucking care if I get tired halfway through because it's been about 40 minutes long. I'm good. Just show me some fun shit developmental wrestling, and that's fantastic.
If people do want a comparison of like how people hated WWE, ECW, it's like when the BBC cancelled EastEnders, right? And then ITV picked up EastEnders for about 5 or 6 years. They did a revival, and then they went, "You see what you did on the BBC? Well, we didn't like that, so now we're going to do it in our way." And then they basically just ruin EastEnders. That's basically how
Yes,
fans view ECW, WWE,
exactly.
ECW. It was nothing like the original. So it's basically like if your favorite film gets rebooted and then they reboot your film and then like
Yes.
you hate the reboot of the film. It's like the Women Ghostbusters. Many people hated that because it wasn't the original. So you kind of get the gist. But yeah, that's going to be our main, like one of our main sources because we both love shit wrestling. Like no
Yes.
offense, but if I had to watch a Johnny Gargano match in 2006, I would be fucking crying. Like,
But and elsewise, that thing it'll be like a weekly thing, just to kind of get some content out there. As we also work on what will be the main podcast of that channel, that'll be us going through and reviewing. Or we're taking the OSW approach where you take a certain story arc in wrestling and you go through, the stages of it. You go see the full story. You get to review all the stuff in between, what was also happening at the time. And we're going to be doing that for Christian's 2011 World Heavyweight Championship reign, where obviously Edge retires, and then Christian is in contention for it. He wins the belt. Yeah! And then, he's lost it in 2 days. Fuck. And then he slowly just gets more and more desperate, which is where the term one more match came from. Because he's just like, come on, just one more match, man. Like a fucking like an addict just needing one more fix.
but
About
of
to like
course,
just shake like a shitting dog, just shaking like one more, man.
Of course, I don't know if it's your favorite version of Christian, but I love Turtleneck Christian that's going around current day. Because if people want to know, there's a brilliant fucking not many promos in wrestling can break me, like fucking make me laugh. But the fucking one where Adam Copeland, who is Edge, his best friend, is on Dynamite. It's like, yeah, Christian, we can fight the Young Bucks, FTR, we can fight Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi. What do you say? He whispers in, "Go fuck yourself," and I'm like.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, I always I always tell Ash the joke when my father dies. I always just want him I don't want Ash to apologize. I don't want Ash to go, "I'm sorry for your loss." The first thing I want Ash to say to me is, "Your father is dead," which he probably won't. But it will be the only time where I would laugh. Like, just me sad, and then it just whispers in my ear like, "Hey, Piggy, yes, Ash, your father's dead." And I just like, yeah, thank you.
But
But yeah,
yes, that is what's going to be happening. It's going to be called One More Match. It will be, as Piggy described it, we were doing a video comes out on that channel. That will be talking about the change and what is expected to happen. But essentially, it is the sister channel to Watching Walford, where it's pretty much going to be in the same format. It looks the same, it acts the same. It's just covering slightly different media. So if you are a wrestling fan, go ahead over to One More Match. I think there's like a 182 at the end.
yeah, 182.
One More Match 182 on YouTube. And you will see what we're outputting in that format. Maybe you're a jaded soap fan. Maybe you're like, yeah, wrestling. Probably not though. So
Yeah, but I will tease that maybe because some idea that I pitched the act for Ash just went, roll these eyes, I went, fine. Obviously, a plan is, because I know this is a soap channel, but I really, just like for Halloween, we're doing all Halloween movies. The
Yes.
one time I want to bring wrestling onto this channel is, of course, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but the Americans do. So, like, for the two Americans that are watching this, obviously the one thing I want to bring onto this channel as a promotion, probably for one more match, is us reviewing the Gobbledygooker's debut, which is just a giant turkey. It's just Hector Guerrero in a turkey costume that pops out of an egg and dances with Mean Gene. It's so shit and so corny, but it's so funny at the same time. Because the funny story behind that is, obviously, even if you're a soap fan, you already know this wrestler. It's The Undertaker, Mark Calloway. The story behind it is Undertaker thought he was going to be the Gobbledygooker, but he wasn't. Which, if you look at it, it would have been one of the funniest things ever. Just the Undertaker Gobbledygooker. But yeah, and maybe on one more match we will do wrestlers in soaps to kind of mix the two. So like you have Batista and Neighbours.
You have Adam. I suppose it's not necessarily a soap, but yeah, like wrestlers pop up in all different weird places.
Vader and Boy Meets World, Girl Meets Boys Meets World, is it?
Boy Meets World. Yeah.
Oh, we have to do the Sting one. Hey, Timmy, I'm from the Make a Wish Foundation.
Yeah.
You want to wrestle?
Sting's just the Sprite advert. Yeah. So essentially, just to put a fine bow on that. Essentially, we have the first video will come out tomorrow, and we'll likely be releasing videos on a somewhat weekly basis. That would be the WWE ECW podcast. We'll be going through reviewing the episodes. And then we would also go ahead and do maybe a monthly kind of podcast where we review a story arc. Would be starting with Christian's World Heavyweight title run. But for all the people who don't really give a shit about that, let's be more self-indulgent and talk about us.
Yeah.
We're not starting the actual podcast yet. How are you doing, Piggy?
We're doing a second intro. I'm doing good. I'm excited. I was allowed to reboot one more match, or Pigs and Fergs. Of course, like again, just want to say it was a mutual agreement. It wasn't a hateful like fuck you, I'm stealing the channel. So that kind of made me happy because I kind of texted Ferg 3 times. I was like, "Is it all right, mate? Are you sure it's all right? I don't want you to get mad and pissy at me." And it was like, "Mate, I do not care. It's your channel." I was like, "Grand, but your phone number's in it, so you don't have to get the messages." But yeah, I'm doing good. This week's been good actually. We had Monday and Tuesday off. To the time of recording this, the Blink-182 album is coming out tomorrow.
Nice.
Well, when this comes out on Sunday, it's already been out.
How was it to say all your reactions?
Oh, from the songs I've listened that already came out before the full album comes out. The songs are great. It's but they are very much hammering home that it's going to be a 2-person singing the song. Because I don't know if you listened to old Blink, but it used to be like Mark does one song, Tom does another song, and then sometimes they intertwine. Like "Stay Together for the Kids" was like a joint song, but now they're just we're Blink-182. We sing together. Every song we sing so far is together. We're together. We're together. Nothing bad is happening. We're together. And I'm like, oh guys, I get it. You're together. You're a band again. I understand.
But what would you say if it happens to be bad, just to cover all bases? I want one that's mid. I want a bad one as well. Just cover all bases.
If it's shit, then they shouldn't have reformed. They should have stayed with Angels and Airwaves. Got the hand tattoo of Angels and Airwaves. Great space rock, Angels and Airwaves. Fucking one criticism for Angels and Airwaves. Fucking long introductions. It's about a 5-minute introduction for a 2-minute song. So you're like, the guitar's like, okay, so the song's starting. When I was young, I had a father. Like, you listen to any, like, 06, 07, maybe 2011, 2012, Angels and Airwaves, a fucking long introduction for a song.
Yeah.
Like, Tom loves his fucking introductions. They're great, though. Very drawn out.
And in case it's mid, in case it's very mid.
I hope the next album is good. But apparently they're not... Apparently they are doing a second, I guess this is a second, another album
Yeah.
since the revival. Because people who know, I fucking forget the singer's name, but it was another guy who replaced Tom, and then they did albums, and then he didn't get invited back for the regroup. He was left in the. I guess you could say, where is he? Because he's nowhere to be
They're
found.
not sorry.
Yeah.
Anything else about your week, mate?
Oh, my week's been good though. It's just been good. Obviously we had Monday and Tuesday off, and I was so happy with that. I probably messaged Ash once like, "You good, mate? You okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, sound." And that was it. We just mostly had a chill week. Me and Ash chilled. We smoked weed, did crack, did cocaine. All the usual stuff that teenagers do, that young adults do. So yeah, how was your week?
Not sure which teenager's getting some fucking heroin. Good lord.
I'm giving them black tar heroin.
Mate, they ain't fucking making that on their pocket money. There's a reason why most teens smoke weed. That's it's fucking cheap. Like, Jesus.
Until it becomes legal in the UK, which will never happen.
And then it'll be like 40 quid. The week's been alright. I've been talking about it on some of the episodes. Obviously, it's a bit strange to talk about active things that are happening in my life in episodes because we got like 12 videos already in the fucking can. So ultimately, this week I've been walking. I've been going outside more, been active. It started last Saturday. There's been, 1 day break in between. But I'm feeling good and feeling active. I did a stream on my Aqua Dreams Twitch channel. That was fun. Gonna try do that like twice a week. And obviously reviving one more match is gonna be good fun as well.
You have to plug it on your Twitch as well.
Yeah. We've been doing some good work. Yeah, I'm just generally feeling good though. It's I think we're at a good point. We're ramping up and we're just getting better and better.
Yeah. I hope you guys like my Halloween costume. I came early. I don't know what I look like. I kind of look like a mixture between a hippie and a gobshite. So
that's no change from usual.
Yeah, no change from usual. Facts.
Yeah, I always want there to be more that I can talk about my week, but no, it's just been, Monday, Tuesday off is quite nice. We might wrangle for Monday off more often, but we'll talk about that after the podcast.
We get off the podcast. I fucking hate you, Piggy. Fuck you. I'm like, what did I do? You said something mean about Ben Mitchell. I'm like, you hate Ben Mitchell? No, I
don't. Yeah, it's just things going in the right direction. We hit my little goal of hitting 500 hours of watch time in the last month. Well, let me just be thankful about the statistics for this, because before last month, I think it was last month. This is the second month of doing this a lot more actively. Like we were like, what are we getting? 4K views, 80 hours watch time, done. Easy. Oh, that's great. That is. Yeah. And then we suddenly start releasing videos daily. Now we're up to around 11K views a month and up to around 500 hours of watch time. Fucking whoa, look at that. So it's nice to see that people aren't sick of us yet. It's nice to see that we're having a lot more fun with all the extra time that we have to make these videos. And like I said, we are just getting better and better as we figure out exactly what we need to do, what points we need to hit, and yeah, there we are. Anything else before we actually talk about the Eastenders?
One of the thumbnails Ash made was great, even though I got confused. Ash probably knows where I'm going with this. It's not out yet, I don't think, but there's a thumbnail where Callum and Phil are kissing. I'm just going to leave you on that teaser. Why are they kissing? Who knows?
Yeah, that one's not out for a week, so good luck. I also got the first of the Christmas episodes done. 2 months in advance.
I've been practicing my vocals for singing John Lennon's This Is Christmas. So this is Christmas. And what have you done?
We have a lot of cool Christmas plans set aside. We want to make it a big deal. We want to make it a lot of fun for you. So things are moving. We are planning stuff. Obviously, Piggy's coming over here in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2-3 weeks.
Podcast in person as well. I'm going to have
Maybe
to move
ECW
this
in
fucking
person.
chair out the way, for fuck's sake. Like, I'm going to be sat here in this massive stonking chair. Piggy's going to be in a little, like, fucking fold-out one in the corner. I can't actually... I'm not being picked up on the microphone, actually. Ah, fuck off.
My fucking show. Fuck you.
But yes, I also just want to say thanks to everybody who has joined us, all of the Hollyoaks fans, all the Emmerdale and Coronation Street fans. I do want to cover those soaps more often on the channel, but as I'm more caught up, obviously I'll get more stuff out with them. And some people are requesting some really cool ideas. Fuck, I thought I took the name down as to the person who made that really interesting comment saying, someone commented on the video suggesting, yo, you should do a video where essentially you are the executive producer of EastEnders. What storylines would you tackle? Who would you brax? Who would you return? And then do it as in like 3 years and see what you would do. That one's fucking sick. I would love to... Leo Burton, there we are. Leo Burton said that. Would love to do a video on that at some point, but obviously when we get the time. Piggy's like, oh, we want to do it today, and I'm like, nah, I need to get some pen and paper. I need to get fucking scribbling this one down.
Yeah, because I should be like, so actually, my theoretical pitch would be that Max Brandon returns, shags everyone in the square, and comes back. Yours, Piggy? Kill Callum. Yeah, whoa! Look at you, son. Look at you. Very proud of you, son.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot more regular content going on. I'm not sure when Walford on Tap will be back. We were planning to do it every other week, but you know, we're busy. And we're trying to do more stuff than just. So you know, maybe when the content dries up. There we are. Well, bloody hell, got this new series for you. Never been done before.
Well, maybe at Christmas time. Maybe we'll do it at Christmas.
But yeah, we'll see what we can. But thank you all to the new people here. And thank you to all the regulars who keep on watching us. You guys mean a lot to us. It's very humbling to have an audience after spending so long without even a smidge of anybody interested or knowing that we existed. So yeah.
I butcher that.
Now, after about 27 minutes, just in case we've missed something in this time, anything else, Piggy?
A face of a lover. Yeah. You're all a face of a lover.
All right, so let's start talking about the EastEnders then, as we get into the first topic. The first and the second topic are going to blend into each other because they are very, as Piggy was doing, intertwined. They're very similar. But we're going to start off with Keanu continuing to seduce Sharon. This one is...
Come here, love.
It's a lot more funny this week because Keanu starts just trying to fuck with her and starts trying to, like, just be all sexy. And it's the most interesting Keanu's been all year. Because the first thing he does this week is he fucking walks out in a sexy captain outfit and whisks her away to, like, a drive-in in the Arches. And, you know, she gets all caught up about it. Like, oh, we need to talk. But, you know, you know.
Fuck me in the garage. Fuck me in the garage. Use that wrench. Use that wrench, boy.
And yeah, she gets all caught up in the atmosphere. But yeah, she also has to give an answer to the Abu Dhabi job, the year away in the Middle East to run a gym. Keanu tries to talk around.
Just to get all political here, does Abu Dhabi actually have women's rights, or is she fucked?
Well, it's Middle East, Piggy.
So I'd assume not.
It's the Middle East. So
Ash from being dragged away. Help!
Well, I mean,
help! Back!
I would imagine Sharon would be in a very privileged position, so I'd imagine she'd do just fine.
You're going to Abu Dhabi. What is your thoughts on women, Sharon? Yeah. Okay. Just wanted to
Um,
bring that up.
yeah. And
I
you
can't
know,
wait for the one. Sorry, I can't wait for the one guy in Abu Dhabi to comment being like, "Guys, we actually do have human rights." Yeah. You're just British
um,
and Irish. You don't understand, and we're like, "Show us the proof, chief. Show us the proof."
just sorry, I'm getting distracted by the border. I just realised the logo's getting cut off by the box. It's fine. Yeah, Keanu tries to talk around, but he gets upset and then gives Sharon food for thought. Like, do I want to jeopardize this really good thing that I have going? But she decides to take the job in Abu Dhabi, and she says she needs to get out of this cycle before it gets too messy. And fucking kid Keanu gets out because he just walks off. Like, it's not fair, Mum. I don't want to go to Middle East. Exactly. That's all. That's all they need.
Why don't you want to go to the Middle East, Keanu?
I don't like it.
Why don't you like it? What's wrong with it? Come on.
I got nothing interesting. But yeah,
Damn
he
it.
just storms out. Honestly, it's quite. He's such a little kid. It's funny. Sharon, I thought we were good together. Why are you taking my kid away from me? He's my boy. Oh, fuck off. She decides to go and booze up with Kathy and Ian in the cafe, and Sharon plays peacemaker and makes sure that Ian and Kathy can move past their issues, as Keanu sits alone in the pub, upset that Sharon's leaving.
Can I bring up the fucking brilliant scene that is when Sharon and Ian is intoxicated and so is Kathy, but he's not as intoxicated as Kathy.
Yeah.
So Peter's after sleeping with what's her name?
Priya.
And he's after pumping her, pumped her, fucked her, left her. And she's getting her clothes on, she's leaving, and then Ian's like, "Son, be careful she doesn't take your money, son. Be careful."
He's such a knobhead. He's such a penny pinching knobhead. I love it.
And like I I love the new writing for Ian, where he's such a knobhead, where you want him to get his comeuppance, but he's never going to get his comeuppance until someone actually punches him. Like Ian's gonna be that one guy who's a keyboard warrior. Actually, Michelle person, last name I don't know. You're fat. And you're like, okay, meet me in person. No, but you're fat and ugly and stupid. You're like, you gotta actually show up and say it to my face. No, I'm gonna hide behind this keyboard. Okay, then. Okay.
Yeah, he is. It's classic Ian, and I'm so happy he's back. Let's go to the next topic though, as it does intertwine. Rocky is on the con. That sounds weird, but it's not complicated. Trust me. Rocky seemingly hasn't gambled all his money away yet, but he's desperate to make a dent in his loan. He asks Jay for more commission and decides that to make up for the lack of a deposit on the place, he ought to get Kathy and Ian talking again to avoid paying for a deposit. And he invites them all over to dinner, like, oh yeah, Kathy. Ian said he's looking really forward to like talking to you again, and then Rocky's like, oh yeah, Ian, he's be fucking great, lads, be fucking great. And Rocky, essentially at the thing, they all like just start annoying each other, and it obviously gets outed that nobody was actually that interested in the first place. So they all get angry. Kathy's upset at Rocky because why are you trying to fucking meddle with this? And Kathy wants to have her own place, but they just can't afford it because Rocky keeps betting. And
is it my time? Can I now do the Reese bit?
Sure.
This leads to the next morning. Reese just like, I'm making pancakes. Do you want pancakes? And Rocky's like egging him on, like, yeah. And then like Rocky and Kathy are talking. I don't know what Ash is grabbing.
Delivery going on to go and get
Ash,
got some booze on the way. To carry on.
I was nearly calling Rocky Ash. Rocky then is like, what we're going to move out. And Reese's like, please don't move out, please. Sonia and I would like your company. And this basically leads Rocky to go, you do? Yeah. So we don't need the loan from Vinny. And Reese is like, yeah. And don't tell Sonia about the pancakes. What pancakes? You know, oh, that was a joke. Yeah, that was a joke.
He did get it.
I love his.
He's learning.
I do love his new catchphrase. That was a joke. It's like that social media guy who makes a joke that's outdated by 30 years. It's like, guys, that was a joke. Why is no one liking my comment? Basically me. Like, come on, Ash. Oh, it's funny, isn't it? No, you're making a fool of yourself. Okay.
Just to fill in the blank. He's obviously. Oh fuck no! Hold on, I'm gonna pause this. Oh, all right, we're back. I now have a cider with me as the person failed to ID me, despite actually saying, you must be 23 then. Yeah, doesn't work. We get someone else. My brother on fucking crutches, like, oh bloody hell. Hell of a time. Amazon drivers don't know how the machine works. Fuck's sake.
Oh, did the Amazon driver deliver my parcel to you?
No.
I got a phone call the other day. I wonder what's that from fucking Amazon.
Sorry, mate. It's at the border.
Fuck. Hopefully it arrives in time. Our sexy outfits.
It should be right.
Yeah. So basically, we were talking about Rocky and how like he has a new catchphrase. But I think we've had enough about Rocky. It's time to move on to the three main subjects.
No, hold on. I was filling in the little gaps as to why stuff was happening. Essentially, Rocky's still betting to try get money, and in one of the episodes before Reese tells him, "Yo, you can stay with us," Rocky arranges for a loan from Nish, but Vinny warns him like, don't fucking mess him around. Kathy then explains how she does want to make up to Ian to Sharon, and they obviously shut the cafe, have the drinks, invite him. Kathy apologizes, Ian apologizes, they say they miss each other and they love each other, and they all do a cheeky cheers to the future. Just all for effect, guys, all for effect.
I love how he's just drinking the bottle like it's a hard man, like, fucking look at me, 23. I'm just
23 years old.
Yeah, I was expecting you to fuss out the kid Keanu voice when the guy's like, so you were born in 2018? Yes. Just fucking fuck with him.
She was struggling. I couldn't do it to her.
I was born in 2005. I'm only 5. 2018. I'm only 5. Please give me my clues.
So yeah, Rocky gets himself the loan and an interest plan with Nish. So I'm not saying this is how Nish's villain arc definitely ramps up if he is going to die at Christmas. But now Rocky's indebted to Nish because obviously Rocky's not going to be able to pay the fucking loan. You know, maybe Nish tells Rocky to set the cafe on fire. Pay me with insurance. I need the money.
No, he doesn't.
He does. Well, Nish doesn't, of course. But he's a landlord, so. Imagine getting out of prison and you just get to return back to this empire that's been built for you, and you take all of the claim for it.
Man.
It'd be like if you set up Watching Walford 5 years ago, and then I show up and I'm just like, well, I'm the owner now. How much money are you making? Hey.
Mate, you don't even need an example for that. One more match.
Exactly.
Oh, you set up pigs and frogs? Well, I created one more match. Oh,
exactly. It's all my idea.
But yeah, I'm not saying this is how the fire starts, but most definitely probably is to have the fire starts. Again, my dream scenario.
There's a date set for the fire, or at least close to it.
What's the
there's
date?
Been spoilers saying that a fuse box blows in the cafe on November 1st, and you know. I'm not saying somebody probably realizes, like, oh, you could blame it on the fuse box, but also it's probably suggesting that since this is completely off topic, but it's kind of on topic. Since the power's been going out on the square a bit more recently, so I would imagine that obviously when the person who dies at Christmas, I imagine it'll be like a lock-in, right? We lock in, someone manages to get in. It's all in the dark. Well, the shot wasn't, but you know, maybe it's to suggest that there's some fucking power issues going on in this square. Maybe it'll somebody might be stranded somewhere. I don't fucking know. I thought I had an interesting idea at the start of that, and then the rest of it followed.
again, I brought it up before, but because meant to be in a fire and like, lads, we're all gonna die, but you know what it's time for? We didn't start the fire. Go on. You know, like the Jewish dance, we go all on a chair and you all just dance around. Just get someone on the chair, just hi. Like, we're all dying here, lads. Fuck it, we might as well. We.
All right.
What song would you play in a fire? Like if you were in the cafe and you were dying, what song?
Just Fire by Kasabian, of course. Banger.
I'll get down with the sickness. What? Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you. Just dying. Sorry, you have to get out of the fire. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you.
And the other final bits is obviously, so Rocky obviously gets his payment plan from Nish, and just after this, Reese is like, no, we want you to stay. We want the family, we want the distractions. And yeah, fair enough.
Oh yeah, another line that buckled me with Reese is so when he was making the pancakes or he was getting the ingredients out, Rocky's like, yeah, we won't have Jasper the parrot much longer. And Reese goes, you're not going to kill him, are you? And Rocky's like, no, that's why your mind, is that where your mind goes immediately to? And Reese's like, yeah, I'm sorry. I would as well. I'd be like, well, wait, you're going to kill a parrot?
That's great. I didn't actually catch this one. And the other bits of the Beale stuff in the fucking hell, use coherent words, please, mate.
Yeah, he's drinking a cider and he's already
fucking thinking this stuff. Ian also tries to play the sympathy act with Elaine as he feigns a bit of a heart attack. He's like, oh, bloody hell. Oh, that's wrong side. Oh, bloody hell. Oh. George and Elaine bring Cindy and Ian over to Peggy's, get a fancy cocktail, and then say, well, the pub's sold, and you're not getting fucking anything. Fuck you. Oh, it's great fun. I do want George to do something else soon, though. I do feel like obviously the George and Cindy's like kind of sexy fun, but like I kind of want him to do something by himself, not just facilitating everybody else. Like I want him to have his own stuff to do on the square, not just exist.
Again, he's too busy tweeting about football on a Saturday.
I feel like he's one of the least involved landlords of the Queen Vic. Like, I guess Elaine is obviously the landlady, but like, why is he not front and center, like talking to everybody like he did at the start?
He's more busy with boxing. I love George and I love Colin Salmon.
I do love him. I do.
Oh, like again, so I always tell Ash, if Watching Walford can bring guests on, he's my first guest, I'm bringing him on. I would tell him, I am scared shitless of you, and then he'd be like, come on, hey, I'm harmless. And I'd be like, yeah, but you are tough as fucking, I don't even want to, you are the quiet embodiment of fucking Steve Blackman. You are a tough man, and I'm scared of you.
You are who they wanted to cast as Steve Blackman. Steve Blackman. I immediately assumed you meant Steve McFadden and went, oh, yeah, got it. Wait, Steve Blackman, hold on. What?
Get them fucking nunchucks out, lad. Yeah.
Fucking just pulled a fast one on me there. Jesus.
Yeah, just because you imagine like when they were auditioning for Steve Blackman, they got him and he's like, okay, can you spin the nunchucks? No, you're not good enough. Next one. No, not good enough. Steve comes in. Oh, lads, I've got this. Whoa.
There we are. But that's all the Beale that's all the Beale stuff really. Let's continue onwards. Let's talk about Jay's downward spiral. Fucking hell, I'm typing a mess. Jay's downward spiral continues. So, Ben learns that Jay was arrested, and when confronted, Jay lies about the drug and makes a comment about Ben's eating disorder, which caused a rift between the two. This line buckled me. It's like, we don't do drugs, Callum. Or Jay, we don't do drugs, Jay. And then Ben's like, oh yeah, because you handle it fine. You just put your fucking finger down your throat. And he's like, How dare you? And then just storms out. Like, stop it. You can't be the moral compass, Benjamin. You
I hope
little
he dies in
shite
the
bag.
fire.
Like, I really dislike him being like, we can't have drugs around. You were taking crack last year. You were doing drugs last year. You didn't give a fuck about Lexi then. Oh, can't have drugs or prostitutes near Lexi. Well, the Dean's hardly tucking her into bed at night, is she?
She's hardly showing her fanny, like, well, what do you think, Lexi? Look at this fucking thing. When you sleep with a lot of men that give you a lot of STIs.
She's not doing a fucking demonstration. Like...
So you see, it goes like this. Oh, oh, oh.
My first kiss was a little like this.
Come here.
And obviously, yeah, Jay says he was arrested with weed. Obviously, it was ketamine, sorry, for all you 70-year-olds. Jay decides to drown his sorrows as Gina wants to help him out. He wants him to give her a dealer's number, though, but she's like, nah, come on. But Gina kind of gets involved, fills in Ben, who tells him about the ketamine. And then, yeah, Gina apologizes to Jay, but he walks out drunk as a fucking, I don't know, rat's ass.
It's drunk as a skunk, isn't it?
It is. And when Billy proposes doing something with Lola's ashes, Jay gets angry. When Billy suggests it might help Jay move on, he's like, I don't want to move on. Fuck off, Billy. You're allowed to. There's no timeline on grief. Some people never get over grief. It's really sad when when there's an old married couple and then it's like, oh, they've been together for 50 years and then one dies and then the other one's usually like, fuck this. Then they die in like 6 months. Like, nah, I'm good. I ain't fucking with this life without them. Would be interesting to see that in a soap, personally.
It would take a lot of years, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, of course. It's not like you're not exactly like writing the idea and you're gonna cast someone for this in 50 years' time. But they kind of had it with Jack and Vera, where Jack was only there for like 2 more years, without Vera in Corrie.
Like it would be nice to see, but probably won't happen. But we're on about Jay, aren't we? Yeah. Jay's taking ketamine. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. He could take worse drugs. He
could be like snorting lines. At least it's not that expensive. Like,
how much is ketamine? Do you want to Google it?
No, I don't actually know how much K is. I can imagine it's a party drug, right? It's not gonna be that expensive. Like, cocaine's fucking expensive. Like, a lot of the hard drugs are expensive. But I'd imagine getting some ecstasy, getting some ket, it's probably like 10, 20 quid.
Obviously, again, you want to bring us...
What you trying to get me on a list? Google how much ketamine is. Alright, fucking FBI.
I love how you just cut on. But, like, you know what you need? You need a real drug at a party. You need a real drug, a hard man's drug. Quite literally a hard man's drug. Some Viagra.
Yeah, just start sword fighting in the middle of the party. Way! Way! And yeah, it would be like, it would be like cockfighting. Where people are all like throwing money, like, I bet £300 on that man's Johnny. Come on, Tim.
I have
a 40 to 1 on Johnson's Johnson, right? 40 to 1, 500 quid if first knob wins.
I have £1,000 on one bollock, Johnny. Come on, one bollock, Sam. Oh, do you know it'd be funny to get like little horsies and like. Do you know like the horses a child gets where you get one of them for your cock and then you do like fucking horse racing with it. Over the gallops. Wee.
I've not had enough ciders for this, mate. That meltdown. Jay gets drunk and marks a bench with an L when Honey tries to get him to open up, and he later hits on Priya at the bar, when she tells him off, and then just he leaves. He's drunk at the car lot and gets some ket from Nadine, but says he doesn't want the ket, he wants her. Oh, Jay, this ain't the move, mate. He asks her if she's lost anyone, and she simply goes, Jay, how are you supposed to move on if you're not trying? And then he goes up and kisses her, and then they have the saddest sex ever known to man.
Again,
Jay's just crying the whole time, just.
You keep saying that, but it's obviously Den and Angie who has the saddest sex of all time.
Well, it's not of all time, but it's some pretty miserable, like.
Yeah, but it's always going to be Den and Angie because, like,
Of course.
I fucking hate you. But then, can you pump harder? No, leave me alone. But yeah, it was probably one of the saddest.
Like, he's clearly not ready for anything like this, but he's just trying to convince himself that's what he's here for.
You reckon he was it?
For a second, I thought she was genuinely going to be like, yeah, no, fine. Yeah, I'll sleep with you. No money. Nah, you're still paying me. Fuck you. Fair enough, it would be quite unreasonable to expect an escort to sleep with you without paying her money.
Do you reckon he was like in the mirror, like trying to flex his strength? Like, come on, you can do this. You can do this. Come on, mate. Come on.
He definitely had to work himself up a lot to actually get this done.
He's just sat there like an Olympian, like rubbing his hands, like, I can do this. I can lift the weight. I can do this. I can do this.
After the shag, she leaves, Jay cries, and on Thursday's episode, Ben threatens Jay. If he doesn't sort it out, he will be kicked out of the house. Nice how they definitely kicked Ben out of the house after he was raped and started abusing drugs and sleeping with a shit ton of men. That wasn't after the rape, but you know. All of the dodgy shit Ben's done. You're leaving. You're out of control. Sound. Not the same circumstances, of course, but they agree to move on, but when Nadine arrives in the Vic, Callum tells Ben what happened, and, like, Jay lashes out, or Ben, like, confronts him, like, after he hears what he's been doing with Nadine. Nadine lets it slip that they slept together, and then Ben starts playing holier than thou, like, oh, you can't be around our daughter, you're just too mentally ill. Didn't necessarily say that, but it's like, Ben, you're not in the. I know I've ramped on about this, but you're not in the position to be giving Jay any of that fucking. You need to sort your life. You've only been a counselling for 2 minutes, homie. Fucking grow up. Stop trying to play holier than thou. You've never taken Lexi's fucking. You've never given a shit. The amount of times you've just left her and everybody just went, it's alright, Ben's just struggling right now. And they go, yeah, it's fine. It's not fine. He's lost the love of his life. He's trying to find his way in a grief-stricken world. Now he's getting pressured that if he doesn't stop, he's going to have to leave the fucking house and stop seeing Lexi. I'm sorry, Ben. You've only started being a dad the last year of her life, and even that you've been fucking spewing down the bog. Like, remember when Ben left Lexi alone in the restaurant and she ran off? Yeah, that's fine. Ben's totally allowed to see Lexi still.
Oh, it's just you were going on a rant, so I tried to check, fucking see if there were any messages.
You did not. You did not. But there we are. So Jay's obviously kicked out the house. He's continuing the downward spiral, and that's how the episodes end. Any thoughts on this other than the stuff we've already said?
Yeah, it's a sad storyline, and it's making me sad to watch Eastenders because I'm just like, guys, please stop. Like, I'm all for Theo abusing a woman, that's fine. But seeing Jay taking ketamine and can't get his Johnny up and losing control over a daughter that's not his makes me sad. Like, Ben, you do know you're a hypocrite, because then you can just kick Callum out because he's not actually her father either. Because I don't know if you know this, Ben, but men can't reproduce.
Mm-hmm.
Like, men can't reproduce. So, like, Callum's not even her dad
Also,
either.
2 men can't reproduce.
Yeah.
Men can reproduce.
Well, it depends. Might get a vasectomy or castrated.
Yeah. Or just be infertile. Doesn't make you less of a man.
It does. It does. I'm only saying it doesn't.
That's the joke. All right, so next story we have is, it's going to loop into the next big... This is the final act of the podcast as such. As Ravi's ex, Priya, arrives with daughter Avani. Everybody's rubbing their pennies together like, whoa, what are we going to say? We teased at the start of the podcast. It's all positive from us. Nugget spotted around and Suki is seen to be, like, suspicious. You know, she's like, if there's a flat? Yeah, which flat? And then Ravi hears it. Nish knows, and then Nish demands, like, you better fucking tell me where he is. I'm coming with you. And Ravi bursts in as they find Nugget's place, and he just carries him home. You're fucking coming with me. Way.
How did he get in the car? Did they just walk on?
He just sat down, right? Sat in the car.
Right,
but not like he's fucking carrying him the whole way home.
But, like, wouldn't he just escape out of the car? Like, wouldn't it be that simple?
I don't think he cares to leave that much.
Like, you know, I did get flashbacks to my childhood. You are going to your communion. I don't want to go. You're fucking going. But Bob, it's more like your communion. You're fucking going. We're bringing you to the pub. You're going to have a lovely time. You're going to love your communion. And then it's like, what happened on your communion? Oh, I got revenge by sticking my finger up a hand dryer. So, fuck you. Fuck you. I won't do what you tell me. Did you ever get that with your parents where they're like, so I have your communion planned out. You're going to go to the pub, but Mom, you're making this all about you.
Nah, never
you're going
really
to the
much
pub.
Of a communion thing. We're never really churchgoers anyways. And even then, so parents didn't really make me do much that I didn't want to do. Probably should have done a bit more. I was very sheltered and very like, oh, you're safe, you're sound, you're not... You do it if you want, and that meant I didn't do anything. So, yeah. I'm not going to complain, though. I'm quite chuffed with how mine went.
Fucking hate suits.
So, obviously, they take Nugget home. Whilst they're at the flat, Priya bursts in, says some one-liners, nails them all perfectly. Like, oh, I guess from all the... like death stares and stuff that you're all happy to see me. She fits the role really well. She's doing really good. And yeah, Nugget's mum Priya. Jesus, that could have went bad.
You want to cut that out and redo it?
Nah, all good. Nugget's mum Priya enters and says Ravi is never going to take Nugget away from her again. Yeah, Jesus, no one put Nugget and Priya around in the same fucking context. Good lord.
Nugget Priya.
Ravi was a teen and... Oh, no, sorry. Priya was a teen. Ravi was her drug dealer. Interesting bit of backstory, I guess. I don't think we actually know why Ravi went inside, maybe. But, you know, it just shows that he's probably been involved in crime his entire life.
He did go inside. That's why they have 2 kids.
Hey.
Look, the joke was there. Had to be made.
It's walking over the line.
Obviously, it would be funny. Do you know, well, it's not a thing over here, but it's a thing in America. Do you know, like, where people... It is technically a thing over here, because in my old town, some guy stands outside of daybreak, and, like, he's like, do you want to buy a Christmas? It's basically, could you imagine they were like, all right, Nugget, here you go, pop him on top of the car, tie him around like it's a Christmas tree, you're fucking going.
Yeah.
Just like that. I know Jack's there, who's a copper, but could you imagine that's how we got him all? Just, on top of the car you go, wrap it.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's a bridge, be careful. Oh.
But yeah, the next scene Priya's in, Ravi grabs Nugget and takes him straight home as Nish defends a murderer. And Avani then gets fucking star treatment as she gets her own, like, walk through the square as she's, like, looking at everything like, what the fuck is this shit? You know, Denzel, like, whoa. That's a woman right there. You know, that's his fucking reaction. Just like, she.
Could you imagine?
Those are the thoughts of Denzel Danes of EastEnders, not Watching Walford.
Yeah, wasn't there, like, didn't we do a Reddit video where some guy was like, I'd smash that low key, and we're like, okay, would you smash the actress or the character? And they were like, no.
Yeah, they were just like, whoa, she's fit, and everybody's like, she's supposed to play a 14-year-old. Yeah,
Like,
but the
okay,
actress is hot though. Sound.
that's fair enough. The actress is
But
18.
you're genuinely not allowed to be attracted to the character.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to get across. Like, if the character is underage in the show, don't say I'd smash the character. Say I'd smash the actress.
Yes.
Like, you know.
Or just don't say stuff like that to women. Don't objectify them. They don't
Just
want to
say
fuck you either.
Just say it on Reddit where, you know, all the horniest people come out.
True.
Or if you're me, you just read the comments where you go, look here, I'd have Rhea Ripley peg me, and I'm like, she'd never peg you, mate. You're 40 years old, out of shape. You're not getting it pegged.
But for the best scene with Ivani is obviously when she bumps into Zack and Martin, and she tries to come on to both of them. And as you mentioned this earlier in the podcast, you know, she's like, what's your name? You're a model, mate. You're fit, innit? And Zack's like, I gotta go to work. And then it's like, Martin, you're lucky day. I've got daddy issues, and you're giving Pedro Pascal vibes. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Now I might sound like a boomer here. Or Pedro Pascal is the guy who plays Joel in The Last of Us.
Yes.
TV show. Because I was thinking he was someone else.
No, that's that guy. I honestly, I know you mentioned it before, but I burst out laughing at the fucking. You're giving. I've got daddy issues, and you're giving off Pedro Pascal vibes, and I'm buckled to no end. Like, some people are just like, cringe. She's 14. Of course, she's cringy.
See, it's right again. As I mentioned earlier, we understand the humor. Well, technically, we understand the humor because,
loosely.
like, you're a Twitch loosely, because you're a Twitch streamer. So obviously, people are going to come into your chat who are a bit younger. Obviously, Ash is not going
/Aquatream.
Yeah, I'm not talking about he's on like fucking Omegle, like. But like, people will come into his chat and be like, "Yo, fam, what's up? Yo, you've got Riz," and Ash should be like, "Okay, can you explain this?" So Ash kind of knows that kind of thing. Like PogChamp and all of that.
Like a true old man. Yo, you've got Riz. Sorry?
But you know what I mean? Like, so you kind of like understand the lingo.
Some sort of sparkles.
But again, that's where we kind of like loosely know it.
I will say, as much as I love Ivani, her dialogue is mental though. Like, how is she delivering it so well? I should have been clocked. I should have been clocking, not TikToking. Who says that? No one says that. But she nails it though. She nails the lines. It's meant like, imagine being 23 years old. You're playing a 14-year-old. All right. You also speak like literally nobody else ever. All right. This is why they gave the part to a much older actress, seemingly. Because, good lord.
Because I'm not saying if you give it to a 40-year-old, will be like, that's cringe, bro. That's cringe. #L. You know.
Ratio.
Get some ratio L.
Bozo,
but like,
bozo.
Also, yeah. Where they would be like, no, I'm not doing this. You give it to a 23-year-old, but fuck it, I'll do it.
I've never been on TV before. No.
Whereas a 14-year-old, you know, could. I'm not saying there's more chance. Like, for all we know, the actress who plays the kid could basically have some racial tweets. I don't know, but there's more chances of her having a dark past with like tweets from about 10 years ago than a 14-year-old who's like #N-word, my dudes. You know, where is all my nibblers at?
Jesus.
And you're like, okay, we can't really cast a 14-year-old, can we? And
well,
then
you can. It's just the sheer fact of will they actually be able to portray the role, and that's why I do believe that they have casted the older actress for a reason. Because simply saying, she is probably a bit too mature for the part, and you can tell by the way that she handles the more emotional scenes actually quite well. Actually, like, really mature. You see these like subtle changes where she notices something. Like, there were scenes with Ravi in the cafe or in McClunky's where she's like noticing, like, oh, he is actually a sound dad, you know? He does actually give a shit, you know? Like, there was just the minor things that were really good for the character. And, you know, a lot of the nuances, fuck, you know. A lot of the nuances, like a fucking 14-year-old may try understand, but they're still developing themselves. So
you don't really like your teens are all about like trying to live life and party. Your 20s are all about figuring yourself out. Your 30s,
we definitely lived that life, didn't we, Piggy?
yeah, I locked myself in.
Woo!
I locked myself in the bedroom for all my teenage years, and stayed on YouTube. Just watched a guy called Aqua Dreams. Now I'm doing a podcast with him. But your 20s are figuring yourself out. Your
Never meet
30s
your
are
heroes.
yeah, yeah. I meet Ashton personally. He's just going boom, right hook, and I'm gonna be like, oh no.
Exactly.
So yeah, but yeah, your 20s are all like about figuring yourself out. Your 30s, you realize, yeah, I don't like my 20s, and then your 40s, you're like,
Fuck them 30s. I miss them. I hate them, but I miss them.
you're like, wait, the year 2000 is 40 years old. I'm very fucking old.
Yeah.
Just in a bathtub crying like.
But yeah, I suppose just to slightly wrap up the Avani stuff, as we are going to get more in the next topic, but fundamentally, Avani's a star. She's fantastic. I love the character. I love the betrayal. Even if the dialogue, some people might be like, cringe, it's funny dialogue. Like, it's fucking stupid, ridiculous dialogue. But I love it. If you just... Look, I don't know if you've watched it, but we've all watched High School Musical. We've all watched something insanely campy. And, if it catches you in the wrong mood, you'll be like, oh, God, this is so fucking campy. But if it hits you in the right spot, you're like, yeah, give me it all. Feed me the campiness in my veins.
Probably for me, and probably because I had a
Fucking
crush
hell.
on.
Jesus.
I had a crush on one of the actresses. What happened?
Been fucking about with a pen and this fucking shot off in the air. It scared the shit out of me. Good lord.
Obviously to me it was my Babysitter's a Vampire. Oh, again, at some point next Halloween we're fucking reviewing the movie. I don't care. It's been years since little Piggy found his first crush. I loved it. Oh, it was so campy and so cringy, but it was so fun. It was so fun.
Once you let yourself actually enjoy it, and you stop like holding yourself like, oh, I'm a writer, me. This dialogue is so cringy. Just accept it. Just enjoy it for what it is. It doesn't need to be anything better. It doesn't need to be anything more. It's not some fucking Shakespeare like literature. It's a 14-year-old shouting out fucking shitty lines that no 14-year-old saying, but some of them might.
Could you imagine William Shakespeare fucking writing Romeo and Juliet going, oh Romeo, you've got the riz, bro. And yeah. oh Juliet, you're not fitting the vibe, You're not a vibe. You're a vibe vacuum. And you're like, yeah. just shit like that. Oh Romeo, you're not consenting, bro. Oh no.
Oh Romeo, wherefore at that? Oh, fuck it. I give up. Fuck Shakespeare. Don't like
Romeo, where's our Romeo? He's pissing me out in a bush.
Exactly.
Do you recommend Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah, it's good fun. It's a fun play. Macbeth's alright as well. It's interesting. Some Shakespeare's alright, but I'm not gonna act like I'm some fucking literary, well-studied fucking genius. Of course I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm an absolute dickhead.
The best movie I watched when I was doing the English class, was of course To Kill a Mockingbird. Do love it because the character.
Like we also watched Lord of the Flies, and I love Lord of the Flies for some reason.
Like because my uncle, I don't know how he's related to me. I'll just call him John Joe because no one's gonna know who the fuck he is. But it reminded me so much of Boo because he just stands there. He says nothing, and he's like, "So are you, John Joe?" Okay, you good? Yeah. Boom! And he nearly hits you with the door. And you're like, oh fuck! If I ever brought Ash over here, I would try and make him see John Joe, and Ash just look at him and go, "Yeah, no, I'm leaving." He is a tall man. Yeah. Do not fuck with him.
There we are. Let's go into the final topic. That being Nish gets violent with Suki. Excuse me.
Can I just do the start of it?
Yes, go ahead.
And so we basically see Nish where he corners Suki and he's like, Ramveer, or what was the guy who killed him, allegedly?
Kira.
Kira killed Ramveer. Kira killed Ranveer. Kira killed Ranveer and then choked her. And I was like, if I was in this situation, I'd try and make Nish break character by just going, choke me harder, daddy. Oh, fuck, that scared me. I was like, I'm going to lean into the mic, say, choke me harder, daddy. And he just, and I'm like, oh, shit. I was not expecting that.
It's like the famous clip where you have that fucking like guy getting the Olympic medal, and they do a close up of him, and he notices, and then they do another close up, and he's just like, bleh.
But yeah, if I was in that situation, I'd just go choke me harder, daddy, and see what he would do, because the guy who plays Nish seems like a very older gentleman who doesn't understand like these modern terms like choke me harder, daddy. Like he seems like a guy who's much more civil, like, you know, the croissant is out on the it's out on the counter if you want it. Like he seems more like that, more old school person. And so yeah, I I didn't know what to say for him. Like
you're doing dialogue better than Avani's. Hey. Yeah, essentially this comes about as Nugget reveals that Suki is the one who told him that she was suspicious of Ravi killing Ranveer, and she doubles down on the take. Nish tries to defend Ravi as Nugget is upset, saying all he's got is lies. As Priya shows up and intrudes, she makes herself at home but says she isn't leaving until Devinder goes with her. Suki tries to get Nish to understand, but he lashes out and says she's being hysterical. He approaches her and says Suki is guilty and ashamed, which is going to destroy this family. He says he won't let it happen and demands to, as Piggy said, demands to hear her say Kirat killed Ranveer. And he twists her arm, just and fucking grabs her by the throat. And it's like, holy fuck, man.
Oh, I was just expecting. Oh, he did the fucking Ali line, and I loved it. He did the Ali line. For people who know, Ali is a character from 1985 EastEnders, and one of my favorite lines that he says is, "You're a stupid woman. You know that you're a bloody stupid woman." I don't know why it buggles me every time. So like Nish just leads closer. He doesn't say it like Ali, but he just goes, "You are a stupid woman," and I'm like, yeah. It's just the way Ali says it that always buggles me. You are a bloody stupid woman, you know that. A stupid woman.
English woman. Just fucking, yeah. Yeah, and obviously, you know, these are pretty scary scenes. Like, the domestic abuse between Suki and Nish does continue. And we haven't seen too much of it. Obviously, Nish has been fairly tame. He's not been too focused on Suki, but, like, you know, the torment continues now, right? Like, blaming her for, it's your fault I'm doing this, Suki. I love you. I love you so much that I have to do this. So obviously it's important and quite impactful to see that scene where he does just choke her. And then she's just so scared that she might just die that she just has to go along with it and completely, like, just deny what she believes to be true. And when questioned by the police, Nugget doesn't tell them about Ravi killing Ranveer and covers for him. But Nugget demands to know the truth or he's gone. But Suki unfortunately falls in line and says, yes, I got it wrong. Kirat did kill Ranveer. I've been reading that apparently the Kirat exit was never actually, like, planned. It was seemingly never actually planned, and perhaps because he had a fallout with the person who played Ash, and he only gave like a month's notice to write him out of the show. As suggested, I've been looking into some like abandoned storylines.
What was the abandoned storyline for him? What was going to be the abandoned storyline for him?
Well, we don't know. It seems like Kirat wasn't actually supposed to leave.
Oh.
Because you could tell that the way his exit was done was quite rushed. So it just went, he's found out about Suki and Eve. Whoa. Oh, he's leaving because he wants to take the rap for Suki. And now he's never coming back, so.
He might come back. You never know.
He's not coming back. He's doing
maybe
a life
recast.
sentence.
But yeah, it would be interesting because maybe he would have revealed it last year, and maybe then when I started watching EastEnders, I wouldn't have to be tortured by the out of the closet, no, back in you fucking go, love, out, in the closet you go, you naughty woman, you are a naughty woman.
You're teasing me, you naughty.
You naughty woman, teasing me coming out of the closet, you naughty woman, get back in that closet now, you fucking bitch.
That is a comical accent. It is not any.
It's not Indian
based accent. It's not Indian. Piggy swears. He's just Irish, not racist.
I'm both.
Yeah. Priya leaves without Nugget, as you know they chase her out like what? You don't need you. And then obviously Avani arrives and she's like, "Mum," and he's like, "Mum." And he's like, "Meet your deadbeat dad, Ravi." And then, boom, duff. He's shocked, she's shocked. Fucking Toadie on the fucking floor, ribbiting shocked. Everybody's having a meltdown. And that's the duff of Thursday's episode. And obviously Ravi's in complete shock, and that Avani is his, and is furious, saying that Priya has a lot of front. But she says she didn't walk away from Nugget, Ranveer made her. He tried to force himself on her, gave her money, and threatened her to leave. Pretty fucking tragic. The actors have really fantastic chemistry. I'll say that much. Like, it does feel like they were together for it wasn't the best relationship. It was feels like it was very toxic. It was like both ways, but ultimately, like, you can tell that they were clearly invested in each other in some way.
So, I know we're talking about Pira, but how does this lead into Suki and Eve being found out? That's the real question.
Well, it's more so the idea that I would assume that Suki obviously decides that, you know what, I've had enough of this shit. I'm not dealing with this anymore. So she'll obviously be like, "Eve, help. It's happening again. I know I said I don't love you, but I do. I can't deal with this anymore."
And I'll fucking have her moan on this podcast.
I mean, obviously, we learned that her hair's fallen out again, which we've never actually figured out what that is. Probably just stress. Probably just stress, making it real. But we'll see. We'll see eventually. And yeah, Ravi calls her out for who she is, makes her cry as she storms out. He says it would have only taken one phone call and is ashamed that he couldn't have a daughter. Nugget demands no more lies as Avani beds in with a new family. A lot of really cool scenes here where Avani's just getting to know him. Like they fit in so well here. So I look forward to seeing them more. Priya and Peter drink at the bar, and Peter, he didn't have to say anything. He didn't have to say much. He just had to say, "What do you think?" "Yes." "Oh, you're so hot." Oh, He didn't have to say anything. "I think the mum's always right." "Yeah, you fucking do."
Who's your mummy? Who's your mummy? I didn't know you were like that, Peter.
Her and Peter bunk up together. And yes, fucking, of course, like, Priya's like, "You need to take me home." And then he's like, "Bloody hell, alright." Obviously we get the scene where Ian and Kathy comes back drunk with Cindy as well in tow. She's there somehow anyways, but Cindy's like, "Oh, you bring them randoms," and she's like, "Where's me fucking bag?" Where's me bag? And then obviously, Ian does a line of like, "Oh, make sure she's not stolen your wallet, son." Just fucking.
He is quite literally
such
the Twitter
a ball
troll.
bag.
He is quite literally the Twitter troll, isn't he? Just, "You're a fake fighter, Conor McGregor. Oh, you're fake. I could do your job." "Oh, can you? Come on then, son." No, I can't." "Oh,
Yeah.
all right."
Avani and Ravi have a funny conversation. Then it gets serious. He wants to be her dad and asks her if she wants him to. She tells him to make it up to Mum because that's what she wants, and then like makes a joke snarking about pocket money. You know, good lines, nice, like genuine, like vulnerable. It's a vulnerable conversation. Ravi's opening up, Avani's opening up. You know, they're bonding. They're getting closer. They're knowing each other a bit more. Like, it's good stuff. It's really good stuff. And meanwhile, yeah, obviously I wrote, meanwhile, Pri and Preeta are having a shag as the rest of the family arrive drunk as a horse, of course, or skunk. Other animals may vary.
Drunk as a pug.
A horse drunk would be absolutely fucking ridiculous.
What about a pug drunk?
I'd just pugs normally, mate. Priya arrives at their
People say
house.
I look like a pug.
I wouldn't say so, mate. And she wants them to leave, but Ravi apologizes and wants to be a part of her life. He wants to wipe the slate clean and start again, but, you know, Priya's like, we don't need you. We've never needed you and we'll never need you. Like, she will and has done better without him. And Suki is crying at the shop as another load of hair falls out. But obviously at the start of episode 4, Priya and Avani get kicked out of their flat and they go begging straight back to the Panesars. When Ravi arrives, Avani plays the sympathy act. So Priya grabbed a fucking onion, smashed the onion, like held it up to her eyes, like, start crying. Let's turn those waterworks on, motherfucker. It's absolutely perfect. And obviously, they're like, hey, Avani can stay in Ravi's flat. But Priya's not going. Suki stands up like, you should never take away a mother from a daughter. And tries to make sure that Priya gets to stay with Avani, but it doesn't really work. Avani and Ravi bond as Nish consoles a desperate Priya in the cafe. Alright. I'm not saying when Nish's villain arc gets going, he's pumping Priya, but they've got to be setting up for that somewhere, right? Like Nish is looking at Priya like fucking a fine 200 quid steak, just like, oh. He's absolutely enthralled by her.
Do you reckon Nish will become like Dirty Dan, where he just shags anyone?
I do think so. I genuinely believe once all the shit like kind of goes down, I do think Nish will just start like hurting everyone when he goes in self-destruct. When Suki leaves him, he'll start abusing everyone to try and get what he actually wants. I don't know if he'll find it necessarily, but I do think I can see him getting with Priya, because obviously he makes a stand for her, you know? He stands up for her, he makes her feel comfortable, you know. Like, it's everything. It's why eventually, obviously I don't see Priya and Suki getting along for now, but eventually when they get along, it'll be incredible. Because, you know, they're both fiery as fuck. They'll both put you in your fucking place, they'll keep you on your toes. And I do think Nish sees a lot of that within Priya. And yet, Nish asks her for a drink, and obviously Priya fucking snuck into the Slater's fucking garage. And,
oh, sorry, you said that wrong. It's garage.
And nabbed Jean's like old denim jacket. And they have a conflict, and they're like, "That's theft. That's you trespassed and you stolen. You broken and entered." And then Nish is like, well, technically I own the property, so shut your fucking hole.
Go on, Nish. Go on, my son.
Shut your fucking hole. Just absolutely ruining their day. And, you know, she feels a bit thankful, like, ooh, sexy Nish.
Like, could you imagine, like, your landlord was there, like, with his, like, could you imagine, like, a family, like, I don't know who, like, I don't think you own the house. But imagine a landlord, like, your landlord is in the...
don't be hitting me with that. Do you own your house?
Could you imagine your landlord is in the pub, like, and his daughter's after breaking into your house and stole the t-shirt you are wearing. And, like, you see her wearing in the pub and you're like, you just stole my t-shirt. Technically, I didn't. Technically, my father owns the house.
Land, boys.
Yeah, So, based, Nish. Hashtag based.
Was funny. I remember seeing a YouTube advert where they're like, man, being a residential landlord sucks. People ask for rights and stuff. That's why you do commercial renting.
Landlords,
fucking
landlords have a stick so far up their hole, they're like a scarecrow.
I mean,
Like, they're
I would be a
fucking-
landlord if I had the money. I feel like everybody
I'd-
would.
Yeah, everyone would, but I wouldn't want to be a dick
But
because you don't want to piss off the
I
tenant.
wouldn't be fucking treating them badly. Well, actually, it's $900 a month. Why? Well, cost of living, baby. It's like, yeah, we're struggling too. Well, guess I'll find someone. Like, you can't do that. You got to be personable somewhere. Like, who's
I'd
hurt
bring them
you?
over. I'd bring them over spuds every Sunday. Here you go, lads. Do you want a dinner? Let's all eat together.
I brought you some peeled spuds. I can't use the cooker, so can you cook them for me, please?
Is that your children you have there? You're a lovely man, you know that.
Yeah.
You have lovely kids. You need help with your homework. Yeah. Dad, why is our landlord being so like pushy? Come on, he just wants to help with the homework. Come on, and like the landlord's like, no, you did that wrong. It's 3 + 3 = 6, not 9. You know that's wrong. See, you become a landlord. You're going to get all this wrong.
But yeah, and obviously back at the Panesars, Priya and Avani say they're like pretty like heartfelt goodbyes. Like, I'll call you, make sure we stay in touch. Yeah. And then Nish goes, hold it. You're not going anywhere. And then almost taunts Suki by going, you're moving into Kirat's room. And then Suki's like, no. And then he just goes straight into Kirat's room, shut your mouth. Anybody who complains, get out, essentially. You know where the fucking door is.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like gonna say what should have been playing when they were saying their goodbyes. You know exactly what I was gonna say. Do you want me to say it? Freed my sacrifice. Hello, my friend, we meet again. It's been a while, where shall we begin?
Just like
remember when you were with me. I'm free and careless.
I believe.
When all the others on the ocean I fly.
On the ocean.
I don't know the rest of the words.
To my
eyes.
My sacrifice.
Alright.
There we are. That's all the soap stuff of the week. Before you carry on with that, let's transition slowly into the final thoughts in the award show. What were you saying?
Nothing. I was going to say another Creed song would be higher. Just so I can.
And we only know one Creed song. Come on.
I know 2. I know probably 3.
All right.
Creed's a good band, guys.
So final thoughts. How did you find the week of Eastenders?
Found it good. It was a good week of Eastenders. I'm going to now take off the glasses. Just pop them over there on top of Raven. Yeah. I have a fucking KSI forehead. Look at me. No one told me about that. I thought it was a good week of Eastenders. Like, I love the Avani. Is that her name? Avani's. She's pretty good in her role, playing being a 23-year-old playing a 13-year-old. You know, it is funny. My mind instantly went, could you imagine the actor who plays Ravi started like shagging the actress who plays her? Because that would, because to me that would be like the what the fuck was it? Like a great like reference that you're not gonna get, but it'd be like fucking when Ken Shamrock brought his wife in, and his wife had to play his sister. And you're like, oh no, I couldn't. My mind instantly went to that. Like, could you imagine they hooked up and you're like, oh.
Yeah,
like I'm not against workers, pumping each other, but if you're playing someone's daughter and you're pumping them, then it's
it does look a bit strange.
It's like fucking Mrs. Brown's Boys, where Brendan Carroll is shagging his wife who plays his daughter, who plays Mrs. Brown's daughter, and you're like,
it just feels weird, doesn't it? I thought it was a good week. It was a fun week. Obviously, I like Priya and Avani. They've got a lot of entrances well this year. Like George's entrance was perfect. I liked Elaine's. I liked Anna and Gina's. And these were two like debuts that were very strong for the show as well. Two characters who can immediately get into the fucking, like, Lauren's coming back. What do you reckon Lauren thinks about fucking, like, you're telling me Priya and Lauren aren't gonna fucking have words? Of course they are. It's perfect. Priya is good at playing that like soap bitch, like she'll argue with anyone if she needs to. Who the fuck cares? She's lived a rough life. I don't give a fuck. Like, it was good. Nice to see. I say nice to see. It's not nice to see the domestic abuse ramp up, but it is exciting to see the, obviously, Nish and Suki's relationship about to get sent straight into the shitter. And hopefully we see Suki and Eve finally together at last, and hopefully we get to see, obviously, Nish starting to become that villain that we all know he can be. But it was a good week, though. I did enjoy it. Fucking arm burping like a bastard. It was good, though. I had a lot of fun. A lot of lines made me laugh out loud this week. Avani's dialogue's great fun. And, yeah, fundamentally, good week.
Yeah, it was a good week.
I think it's quite impressive how it was. EastEnders manages to make all of the weeks fairly interesting, even if it's not the biggest of occasion. Like, it's not like there was anything that large that happened. It's just like, oh shit, we now have Priya and Avani here. Sick. Like last week was explosive as well. Like, they're using all of the time they have, and they're using it well. They're not just stalling, They're not like, oh, bloody hell, Christmas in 10 weeks, fuck's sake. Like, they're using every single moment to make it a bigger moment. It's been really good.
Because it's so far in the video, no one's going to watch it. Can I just bring up a comment that buckled me on the Botchamania Discord last night at the time of recording this?
Okay.
So we were talking about, because people were getting Christmas ads on TBS, for people who want to know, AWS and TBS, when they do tip-in-tip, picture-in-picture ads, you get like, his mum and dad having Christmas Day dinner. And this guy goes, I blame 9/11 for Christmas starting in September. And I'm like, 9/11, national tragedy, Christmas, jolly fat man coming down your chimney. Yeah, wait. Like, it's something I would say, but how the fuck does that even work? And then some guy thankfully just went, but you do know they've been doing this since the 90s, so, and I thank you, because I would have just been like, you're a fucking tool, because I'm like, oh. But yeah, I just wanted to bring up that comment. It buckled me so much. 9/11.
I've got nothing to say about that, I'll be honest.
In September.
But
yeah, love this week. 10 more weeks till Christmas. Oh, here we go.
We are building to it. Yeah, awards. What do you reckon for awards? Let's go for it. Underrated.
Avani. Avani. Yeah, she's pretty underrated.
Well, she's very overhated right now, but yes, underrated to us.
Steve Blackman.
I can't even give it to Keanu because he's actually been quite funny.
See, since I gave it to what was her name, Emma, because she was the Steve Blackman of the Square. We have the hack who of the Square, which I forget who it was. Who did I mention was the hack who? I forget who I mentioned.
I don't remember, mate.
I forget who I said was the hack who. So we need to bring in, who was another hard man? No, everyone wants to dance everyone of the Square. So the Steve Blackman of the Square is Priya. Dun-dun-dun. So welcome, Steve Blackman. You will now join the dance
actually, it is. It's fucking George night, isn't it? Just from our little funny conversation earlier. Where I'm like, you're like, yes, yeah, George is Steve Blackman. I'm like, yeah, Steve McFadden. Wait,
but I do like, guys. Just I know we're so far and we're doing the awards, but guys, just check out any Pride. There's one match. If you ever want to check out a wrestling match, just check out Antonio Inoki versus Muhammad Ali. I don't know if you watched the match, But fucking Anoki is not allowed to physically wrestle Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
He's just doing this. He's just doing this. He's doing that. But who do you reckon would be the Antonio Inoki of the square? Who's the biggest chin?
God. The chin.
Yeah,
We don't really have that. We don't really have any crimson chins on the square. Jay's got a pretty fierce chin.
Look at my chin. Fucking knock you out.
My chin's not that fierce. I'll be honest. No, I'm perfectly happy with my side profile. No issues there. But my chin's not really anything to be fucking marveled at.
You could be chinless like Leafy, and that wouldn't be nice.
That's so old at this point, isn't it?
I couldn't say James Ellsworth. I couldn't say James Ellsworth. So Leafy was the only one I could go to.
Very true. What the fuck are we doing here?
Steve Blackman. Who's the Steve Blackman for you?
Oh, Ian, but that's Ian's a wooden by nature. He's supposed to be that smarmy little prick, and I love him for it.
Yeah,
truly. Who needs slapping down?
Ben.
Yes, of course. Ben is being a massive hypocrite. Well, just get over it, Jay. Just get over it. Yeah, how'd that work for you, big man? Did you like it when Jay was aggressive over your eating disorder? No, because you never asked Jay his opinion, because you just went, oh, it'll be nice to me. Fuck you, Ben. Shite bag.
Mm-hmm.
But there we are, a very lengthy edition of the Watching Walford podcast. I keep playing with a pen, even though I don't need to. I don't know why, but it keeps pinging at me, and I try to not look scared on camera. But it does happen. It does show sometimes. There we are. God, anything interesting to plug at the end? I suppose if you want to just plug it again, if you don't want to see us do I'll take some wrestling content. Obviously, throughout all the episodes, there's usually a couple of wrestling references in there. Obviously, going over to One More Match, 182, on YouTube, and you can go and see us cover wrestling in our own little way. Still going to be figuring out the formula and the format of this, but ultimately, we're trying something new. So if anybody has any inkling, any like for shit wrestling, go ahead and go over there. Anything else to plug, Piggy?
I will plug one more match at the end, but follow us on Twitter /X, Instagram and Twitch at Watching Walford. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Watching Walford. Like, comment, all that bullshit. And one more match is where we'll be talking about wrestling. Because we are wrestling nerds. One of us is kind of jaded on wrestling, where the other one is still like, Ash, did you see that Young Bucks match? Oh, Jesus Christ. And Ash is just like,
no.
Oh, no, here we go. So yeah, again, if you want to see us talk about wrestling, one more match. We will probably do one wrestling show on this channel to promote one more match, and vice versa on one more match, even though this will be the more popular channel of the two, because I don't think people who watch soaps are going to watch wrestling and vice versa. But we will try and mix the jelly and jam together. I know jelly is jam, but fuck it, who cares?
What's the difference between jam and jelly?
I don't know.
I can't jelly my dick in your ass. There we are. Classic one over there. Don't know why. It was something that came out. It was a joke that people made at some point. Oh, wait. Ah, I was playing with the boxes, Biggie. I was playing with the boxes. Fucking hell, it's gonna take 10 years. There we are. No, I was having a great time. You left, so my camera was in both boxes. So I was genuinely just going in between, like, were they? Yeah, there we are. That was the right reaction to it, as suggested before. If you want to go over to there. One more match, 182 on YouTube. Go ahead and do that. But most importantly, thank you for engaging with week 42 of Watching Walford, the long, ridiculously stupid, horrendously not fucking not really caring that much about Eastenders podcast that we do every week just to mark the time. It's a time capsule. We'll look back at this in 2 years. Fucking hell, excuse me. And we'll be like, yo, what the fuck was this? So, thank you for watching. I suppose if I'll just plug this as well. Also been streaming on Twitch.
Follow at Aqua Dreams.
Yes.
Aqua Dreams Production is just Aqua Dreams.
Just Aqua Dreams.
You want to follow his YouTube channel? It's Aqua Dreams Production.
It's just Aqua Dreams. It's all Aqua Dreams.
All right.
I got rid of the shit parts.
Yeah.
Except
so
for myself, of course. That's still there. Sorry.
So again, if you like our content, just follow us. Comment. We like the comments. So yeah. Let's go.
Oh fuck! I thought there was gonna be more to that. Yes. As always, follow us on our social medias. Follow us on what the other endeavors we're doing. One more match and streaming at Aqua Dreams on Twitch. Slightly more different content, but we're just trying to try new things, and hopefully, even if you may not like the wrestling podcast, it'll be a different way, a different facet for us to develop. Develop our humor a bit more, develop our chemistry as a duo together, like it's all, everything you do can slowly be turned into like a development or like a building block. And, maybe we don't understand entirely what we're doing here, but if we start doing this over there, maybe that effort and that like extra stuff we're doing there might help make this a more well-rounded thing. So simply saying, thank you for watching. We've been watching Walford. Join us in the next one. And this is the horrendously long podcast that nobody watches until the final minute. So if you do, tell us something silly like beans. Bye-bye.